When a narcissist is afraid of your presence, this is what they will do. Narcissists try to hide their egotism and envy by acting like they are sorry and want to succeed. There is no doubt that they will reach their goals. They are only interested in making money. And it makes them very happy to spend money on things that make them look better and get people's attention. The narcissist wants someone to admire them and be jealous of them. They want you to like them and say nice things about them. People who are jealous will try to hurt you more if you have a lot of money and success. Because they want you to fail, they will do everything they can to stop you from reaching your goal. They don't want you to be as good as them. Nasty people only need to find out that someone in their group or social circle is doing better than them. This will make them mad and envious. Narcissists are never happy, even if it seems like they have more than other people. They would still want more. Can this sadness really be held in? Okay, let's go. This subject is a great fit for what I want to talk about today. Still, I appreciate you watching this movie. To make sure you don't miss any new blog posts, subscribe and turn on the reminder chime if you haven't already. All right, let's begin. Now we will talk about discontentment, which is one of the narcissists' ailments that they have their whole lives. Being discontented means being unhappy with your current position or the things you own. For narcissists, happiness is impossible in any part of their lives because they are only interested in themselves. They are unhappy at home and in their relationships in general for a number of reasons. This is true for spiritual and romantic partnerships alike. Because of this, a narcissist will never be happy, even if they have lovely children and a loving partner. They will cheat on their partner, keep their kids from them, and hurt anyone who lives with them. The narcissist likes to see problems where there are none. It will also give them a reason to leave their families, even if it's only for a short time. They would avoid and try to control other people, spread rumors, and make trouble for fun. A narcissist's happiness is not based on how well they treat their friends and family. They don't like it when other people do well. They like drama and confusion more. Narcissists lose interest in all of their relationships over time because they don't care about anyone, take others for granted, and are always looking for new ways to get what they want. The second problem is that they don't like their work or other parts of their careers, because they lose interest in both their relationships and the things they've done. This means that as soon as a narcissist gets what they think is the perfect job, they will start to feel sad and angry. After that, they start to think about all the other ways the company could help them. Respect is never shown to an ego in the right way. There is always more for them to find, even if they have all the degrees and the best job with the best perks. It would keep bothering them that they think they're missing something, and that they should be getting more money or perks. Narcissists are known to change jobs and careers a lot because of this. They could lose their jobs if they try to cheat or take advantage of the company. They will lie to the company and try to steal work or money if they think they can get away with it. For a narcissist to stay in a job for a long time, they need to be able to use the company to their advantage. But even if they do that, they will get tired and want more and more in the end. To sum up, narcissists are never happy with themselves. So, the person's name and personality had to be made up. They'd also steal other people's names, clothes, and other parts of their lives. In every way, the narcissist's picture is wrong. Some of the most dishonest people you will ever meet are among them. They don't care about themselves. They don't like how things are right now. Since they don't like themselves, they don't like anything or anyone around them. They talk and smile a lot to hide the fact that they don't like life or other people. They are sad, angry, and gloomy when they are by themselves, but not when they are with other people. Finally, narcissists don't understand that success, financial stability, and good ties with other people don't always lead to happiness. Someone who is selfish, greedy, and full of themselves will never be happy or at ease. This is why a narcissist will never be happy with anything or anyone, not even themselves. Everything about a narcissist's life shows that they are unhappy with it. Because they are narcissists, they are the only ones who will ever have to deal with this problem. We need to stay away from them, so they don't blame us for their troubles and bring their bad feelings into our lives. Today hasn't given me anything else to say. I hope this movie teaches you something. Please share your ideas and observations in the section below. If you don't want to miss any new movies that this channel posts, you might want to subscribe and click the alarm icon. Thanks a lot. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're delving into a topic that resonates with many. What happens to narcissists when you go no contact with them? It's a subject that invites curiosity, offering insights into the narcissistic psyche when communication is abruptly severed. The dynamics of going no contact can vary widely, depending on the depth and duration of the relationship with the narcissist. Today, we're unraveling these intricacies, equipping you with a deeper understanding of what to anticipate when you make the bold decision to cease communication with a narcissistic individual. When you initiate no contact with a narcissist, their reaction is often predictable. They perceive it as your responsibility to re-establish contact, not theirs. Initially, they exude confidence in their ability to undermine your resolve, fueled by the belief in their superiority and your perceived emotional vulnerability. They gamble on the assumption that your emotions will sway you, ultimately leading you back into their orbit. Why do they harbor such beliefs? Well, they view you as the emotional and empathetic one, traits they deem as weaknesses. They anticipate that your emotions will overpower you, compelling you to succumb to their allure sooner or later. Hence, it's imperative to adhere steadfastly to your decision of maintaining complete no contact. This means refraining from any form of communication, regardless of occasions like their birthday or that of their mother, with whom you might share a positive report. When you implement the no contact rule with a narcissist, you're effectively signaling the end of the relationship. However, don't expect them to be deeply affected by your absence. Their lack of empathy means they won't lose sleep over your well-being. Instead, they swiftly move on to seek validation and attention from other sources, often already grooming a backup while still in the relationship with you. Their fear of being alone drives them to constantly seek out new prospects. With you out of the picture, they immerse themselves in their new supply, relishing the excitement of something fresh. Simultaneously, they keep their options open in case things sour with the new person. Your welfare isn't a priority for them during this phase. However, if their new endeavor fails or if they encounter resistance, they might reconsider their stance. Closure isn't typically a priority for narcissists, as they prefer to maintain flexibility in their choices. They may only relent after a dramatic confrontation. While not all narcissists return, many do, particularly if they perceive something of value still within reach, such as physical intimacy, financial assets, or social status. They might attempt to re-enter your life in pursuit of their desires, especially if they believe there's something they stand to gain. They employ tactics like hovering, aiming to draw you back into the relationship. Typically, this occurs when they tire of their current supply or believe enough time has elapsed for you to overlook their previous mistreatment. Suppose you severed contact due to discovering their manipulative behavior or suspicions of infidelity. In such cases, the narcissist bites their time, shifts focus to a new target, and then attempts to re-enter your life. This marks the onset of hoovering, characterized by messages such as, "How have you been?" or "Long time no talk. as they endeavor to re-engage you while sidestepping acknowledgement of past issues. Discovering the narcissist's deceitful facade and broken promises can be jarring. Their once charming demeanor and pledges of a shared future unravel as falsehoods, leaving you devastated. Opting to cut off contact thrusts you into an emotional abyss, devoid of a safety net, grappling with the disillusionment of a love you earnestly believed in. The aftermath is tumultuous, leaving you shattered, bewildered, and questioning how the narcissist could transition from affectionate gestures to indifference. Once they perceive they've ensnared you, the veneer of affection begins to dissipate. Secure in the belief they've secured your loyalty, they relinquish the facade. Subsequently, their attention shifts to seeking out new targets, treating relationships as a game to conquer. Narcissists harbor insatiable desires, perpetually seeking novelty and validation, even if content in their current situation, all the while keeping you on standby as a fallback option. When you uncover their manipulative games and decide to sever ties, narcissists swiftly pivot to a new target. But here's the twist: they'll likely attempt to reel you back in at some point. People often ponder, do narcissists feel the absence during no contact? It's crucial to grasp that a narcissist's mindset diverges drastically from yours. They may yearn for the favors you bestowed upon them, but they won't yearn for you as a person or as their soulmate. If they genuinely cherished you, they wouldn't gamble with losing you to another. Believe me, I've witnessed enough to understand that a narcissist would never relinquish someone they truly valued. Even if there's a flicker of fondness or concern, narcissists always prioritize themselves. They'll be engrossed in their newfound well of attention, scarcely sparing a thought for your well-being. Many narcissists assume you'll forever linger in the wings, awaiting their return, convinced that none can match the allure you once held for them. It's a narrative they convince themselves of. Yet, what truly disorients a narcissist is discovering you've embarked on a new romantic journey. That's when it dawns on them that someone else now revels in the attention they once commanded. Their reaction hinges on the business of their life. If surrounded by a throng of admirers, they'll likely overlook your pursuits. However, during moments of upheaval or loneliness, they'll attempt to ensnare you once more. Narcissists employ a myriad of tactics, including sweet talk and attempts to reignite feelings of desire. Yet, when a narcissist endeavors to reclaim your affection, ponder this: if they genuinely loved or cared for you, would they have jeopardized your connection in the first place? Someone who authentically valued you would have strived to resolve issues rather than vanishing, only to resurface later. Should you have cut ties with a narcissist and they refrain from re-establishing contact for an extended period, it may indicate their attachment wasn't as profound as they purported. Keep in mind, narcissists prioritize their own interests. If they endeavor to re-enter your life, it's often due to failure elsewhere or lingering desires. They may seek to test your susceptibility to manipulation, viewing any interaction as an opportunity to gauge your vulnerability. Reflect on past encounters, the deceit, manipulation, and potential betrayals. They likely peddled a distorted version of reality, masking their true intentions. Entertaining their presence perpetuates the cycle of toxicity. Although they may leverage their physical attractiveness in an attempt to sway you, attractiveness doesn't equate to genuine worth. While both narcissists and non-narcissists can be aesthetically pleasing, the former may exploit their appearance as a tool for manipulation, often ensnaring unsuspecting individuals. However, allowing a narcissist back into your life merely rekindles the cycle of abuse. While they might exhibit altered behavior temporarily, the underlying issues will resurface. They'll revert to ignoring you and potentially engage in deceitful behavior behind your back. Moreover, they'll perceive your acquiescence as a sign of weakness or gullibility, reinforcing their belief that you'll always be at their disposal, even if confronted with arguments or subsequent attempts to sever ties. Repeatedly returning to a narcissist portrays desperation. Each reconciliation signals tolerance for their behavior, diminishing your standing in their eyes. It's imperative to address relationship issues directly from the outset. While disagreements are natural and space may be necessary at times, prolonged separations can detrimentally impact the relationship. During these intervals, both parties may engage with others, leading to complications upon reunification, such as concerns about new connections formed during the break. If efforts to reconcile and compromise prove futile, it may indicate that the relationship is untenable. This holds particularly true in serious relationships or marriages involving children, as resolving conflicts is paramount for their well-being. Children are profoundly affected by parental dynamics, underscoring the importance of considering their welfare. Furthermore, it's vital to contemplate the repercussions of one's actions. Regrettably, many act without considering the broader implications, including the impact on family members. Opting for no contact necessitates a definitive severance of ties. Bid farewell, acknowledge the toxicity of the relationship, and recognize that any fleeting moments of happiness were eclipsed by adversity. Trust forms the bedrock of healthy relationships, and enduring perpetual fear of emotional harm is unsustainable. While initiating no contact may entail challenges and moments of solitude, it far surpasses the alternative of languishing in a toxic relationship. Continuously allowing a narcissist to transgress boundaries will inevitably culminate in a breaking point, compelling one party to walk away. Keep in mind that life is fleeting, and investing time in the wrong relationships can be a significant misstep. Prioritize discernment in your interactions and safeguard your time from individuals lacking transparency or resorting to gaslighting. Instead, seek connections with mature individuals who prioritize honest communication and cooperation in navigating life's hurdles. When employing the no-contact approach with a narcissist, consider utilizing the gray rock technique. This method involves maintaining emotional detachment and unresponsiveness, effectively making yourself unappealing to them. Block them across all platforms and remain silent if approached by anyone associated with them. For those co-parenting with a narcissist, adhere strictly to legal guidelines regarding communication and custody arrangements. We trust this video has imparted valuable insights. If you found it beneficial, remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content. Additionally, explore the complimentary book and one-on-one consultation provided in the description below. Thank you for tuning in. If you've ever had to deal with an ego, what was it like? In that case, you'll know all about how annoyingly self-centered and insecure they are. Their never-ending need for approval and recognition makes them anxious about small things that most people wouldn't even notice. It's almost like they make up fears to use against the rest of the world and keep complaining all the time. Are you all set? I'm going to let you into the mind of a narcissist today by telling you the 10 things they think about the most every day. One is constant vanity, which is the narcissistic fixation on looks. Narcissists are very concerned with how they look and can't stop thinking about how they can look their best. Many hours spent in front of a mirror shaping a flawless exterior in the hopes of being admired by those nearby. Narcissists are always judging and comparing themselves to others, so they spend a lot of time making sure their outfits, makeup, and weight loss plans are perfect. Public spaces are no different. They're places where they can show off their perfect looks. The need for approval feeds the obsession with looking perfect in front of peers, feeding a constant need for sought-after respect and praise, a dangerous obsession that takes over every part of their life. When a narcissist pretends to be perfect, they hold on painfully to an idealized version of themselves. They are always trying to reach the next level of perfection while loving their image, often until the wee hours of the morning. Narcissists are obsessed with how they look, which is called illusory perfection. Narcissists may seem like they have everything because they are confident and charming. But their mental turmoil is caused by one thing: how other people see them. Their reputation and image guide everything they do, and they'll do anything to keep them clean. They carefully put on a polished front to hide their flaws and mistakes, but they know that this won't hold up to real scrutiny. Their weak sense of self-worth is tied only to approval from other people. Without other people's approval, they are hollow shells who need praise to fuel their false sense of grandeur. Because of this, they are always afraid of how other people see them and lie to get the praise and approval of those around them. Narcissists will even lie to people close to them, claiming that they are great at things they aren't, because they love the approval that comes with being seen as the best. The fear of imperfection, a narcissist's dangerous search for perfection. It seems like narcissists are always fighting against making mistakes because they are so afraid of showing how flawed they are. They avoid it at all costs because they think that making a mistake would make other people think they aren't good at what they're doing, which is a terrible flaw that they must avoid at all costs. The cycle keeps going because the constant push to be perfect makes people make more mistakes than they should. They are driven by perfectionism, which makes them want to be perfect in ways that are unrealistically out of reach for even the most talented people. But why is being perfect so important to a narcissist? It's because they see themselves as almost godlike and think that even the smallest mistakes will lead to terrible things. It is unthinkable for them to admit they were wrong and say sorry for what they did. Instead, they try to hide their flaws by blaming others or, in a grandiose delusion, proudly saying that the mistake never happened. 4. Narcissists are stuck because they need to be validated all the time. People who are narcissists are always worried about being alone, which makes them miserable. Always worrying is because they can't get enough of being admired and getting attention all the time. They are always looking for approval and love from the people around them, but it's often in vain. Narcissists are so addicted to praise that they think it is their divine right and that everyone should give it to them. But they don't understand how to make real links because they have a very skewed view of relationships and friendships, which leaves them with no sense of community at all. Their fear of being alone is made worse by their nervousness and the strange belief that they are only worthy of being alive if other people love and respect them. When narcissists are left to their own ways, they are stuck in a cycle of wanting approval and being afraid that this approval will be taken away. 5. The dark side of a narcissist's personality, the deep-seated fear of being found out. The fact that narcissists are naturally dishonest feeds their biggest fear, which is being caught and made public. People in this group are notoriously dishonest, and the thought of being accused of wrongdoing sends chills down their spines. The narcissist can't do anything because they're afraid of ruining their image and being left alone. They spend their whole lives making up fake identities, a complex web of lies that hides who they really are from everyone else. It would be terrible for them if this was taken away and they were shown for who they really are. Their carefully made mask is something they have to fight their whole lives to keep up. Narcissists are always on guard, trying to hide their real selves at all costs so they don't have to face the consequences of their actions or go back to the shadows from which they came. 6. A narcissist's never-ending thirst for power, the never-ending battle for control. The narcissist needs to be in charge of everything. They are obsessed with it so much that it's hard for us to understand. They are fixated on keeping a tight grip on their image and the things going on around them. They are afraid that the harsh forces of the world around them will break down their carefully crafted character. Because they are always wanting to be in charge, they take over everything they come across and use every chance to take power. They use manipulation and control to get power and control over other people and events. They set things up so that they perfectly match their idea of the ideal situation, making sure that there are no surprises or problems. Narcissists can't stand it when someone else loses control because it makes them look weak, which they can't do. They constantly put down and insult those around them in an effort to show who is the boss. It's a never-ending power struggle that wears down even the strongest wills. For a narcissist, the never-ending war to be in charge is the only thing that can stop them. 7. The never-ending battle for superiority. The narcissists need to win. Nasty people need to be successful to stay alive. Their thoughts are only on this one thing, their desire. They want to keep the idea that they are the best alive and not let anyone beat them or question them. They always want more. The way things are now isn't enough for them. It's like they can't get enough water. This person thinks a lot about how important it is for other people to think about them. If they do something wrong, they don't want to lose the image they've worked so hard to build. They can't move because of this fear. As a narcissist, getting compliments isn't just a treat. It's a sign that they're valuable and that you agree with them. They try hard to beat everyone else because they want to be the best. Narcissists will do anything to shine and be seen as the winner. They will not stop until they get what they want. They think about every little thing they've done and feel good about themselves by concentrating on how great they are. Because of this, they freak out at even the smallest sign of failure, and they do everything they can to keep up the perfect image they've worked their whole lives to make. 8. The endless pursuit of perfection. The narcissist's never-ending search for flawlessness. Narcissists see perfection as the holy grail, and they are obsessed with it with everything they do. People's opinions of them are the most important thing to them, because they are concerned with keeping up a constant show of superiority. Their identity is tied to what other people think, because they are always worried about how others see them, because they are totally focused on how they look and act. Every look, every word, and every movement is carefully thought out and carried out, done perfectly, and shown without any breaks. Constantly worrying that you won't meet their high standards often leads to paralyzing anxiety. Narcissists need to be the most well-known person in the room and give the impression that they are great in order to avoid being found out and to keep the sense of power that keeps them going. For a narcissist, how they look is everything, and they spend a huge amount of time and effort making sure they look good. Absolutely everything about their beauty routine is carefully thought out to keep their image spotless. The narcissist's quest for perfection is a never-ending, tiring journey that almost seems crazy. The narcissist's low self-esteem and angry defense mechanisms are like scars from being rejected and criticized. When someone rejects or criticizes them, it hurts them deeply and leaves a permanent scar that affects everything they do. These people are very sensitive to rejection and criticism. Any negative feedback they receive is seen as an attack on their image, which they have spent a lifetime carefully crafting. Their worst fear is being exposed, which would show all the flaws they've been hiding their whole lives and destroy the image they've worked so hard to create. In reaction, they often act aggressively, hitting anyone they think is trying to hurt their fragile sense of self-worth. They only have a thin thread holding their fragile sense of self-worth together. One mistake can cause it to come apart completely, making them feel like losers and open to harm. Narcissists are crazy about wanting everyone to love them, and they can't stand the thought of even one person not liking them. They'll do anything to avoid having bad things said about them, thinking they have control over their surroundings to steer the story and avoid any criticism. The narcissist is like someone who is drowning and is hanging on to anything to stay afloat. They are stuck in a cycle of fear and anger that will never end. 10. The never-ending need for validation. How narcissists strive for excellence hides deep-rooted insecurities. Narcissists are always trying to be perfect, but their actions show that they have a deep-seated sense of not being good enough. They are always unhappy with themselves and are always looking for ways to do better than their peers and get other people to admire them. Some of the ways they show their obsession with perfection are by changing how they look and getting more money. But these fixes only work for a short time, and they quickly start to feel like something is missing again. Narcissists are always worried that they will never meet their own high standards, even though they are sure of themselves. As they look for validation and acceptance from others, simple daily tasks and interactions make them anxious. These acts set off a vicious cycle